Hey, what's happening? Welcome back. We're here, Sunday night. The Attitude Era has begun. We got the mustache looking good, all fresh and so clean. And we're gonna talk about everything tonight, man. I'm gonna go over Still the King. This goes out to Echo Craft. Still the King. The Polybrute 12 from Arturia. By far still the #1 synthesizer in the world right now, hands down. I don't care what anyone says about the mini Muse or whatever it's called. That ain't the best. The Polybrute 12 is the best. We're gonna come over, cover a few things from Synthfest 25, hang out in the chat, and then I'm gonna get into a couple promos from the newest announced Ultimate Frequency Championship, which will be coming up, and a date will be announced soon. We're just gearing up all the competition and the fights now to see who's gonna be taking part. And it's gonna be absolutely extraordinary. So that's what we got in store tonight for an episode. We'll see who pops in, who pops out, but if not, we're just gonna keep rolling. What's happening, Mark Anderson? What's going on, my brother? What's up, Synth Sonic? We are here, man. We're ready to go. Let me jump screens. All right, yesterday, welcome to that Synth Show. How's it going? I just briefed everyone. We're covering Polybrute 12. I got some promos for the Ultimate Frequency Championship that are following in, and then I also got some Synthfest 25 to go over as well, a few things from that, and just have a chat with all the renegades and everyone out there, and a couple shout outs as well. So let's keep rolling. What's up, Jay Williams? What's happening? So if you missed it the other day, I went and did a episode about the Ultimate Frequency Championship. You can see it right here. I got 2 episodes up now. If you haven't checked that out, go check it out. It breaks down this musical competition. We're calling it combat music. One-on-one. How it works is everybody puts in a song who's in the competition. We already got, I think we got 8 fights geared up, musical fights that is. This is a new genre of music called combat music. One-on-one, and then your track gets played, the next guy's track gets played if you've challenged and they accepted, and then we'll have live voting in the live chat where you will pick the winner, and then we'll go through a whole ranking system. Anyways, go check the video out. It's right here on my channel. Go watch it. Pretty much explains everything. If you got any questions, email me. If not, we'll just keep rolling as is, right? What's up, Rob Taylor? What's up, Jason Williams? So I think that's pretty cool. It's pretty exciting. I guess I should explain it a little bit. You saw the thumbnail. The thumbnail was the Polybrute 12 from Arturia. I was doing a lot of thinking over the weekend. I went into deep mustache meditation, okay? I was curling this like this for about 18 hours in the dark, in pure silence, trying to figure out what exactly is the greatest synthesizer on the market right now, and all kept coming back with every twist of the mustache. It was Arturia Polybrute 12, Arturia Polybrute 12, Arturia Polybrute 12, Arturia Polybrute 12. That's all I kept hearing. Every time I twist the stash in the dark, all I heard was Arturia Polybrute 12, Arturia Polybrute 12, Arturia Polybrute 12. So I had to come on here and give Echo a piece of my mind and let them know that the mini Muse or whatever you got in your studio, brother, it might sound good to you, it might sound good to everyone else. Hell, it even sounds good to me. But personally, I think the Korg Multi-Poly blows away the Moog Muse, and it's what, 1/10 the price or something? My math ain't the greatest, but that's what I kind of worked it out to, all in all, because you got to count lifting that thing around. The box is too big. It's just too much, right? So the mini Muse is what it is. It's no competition for the Korg Multi-Poly. And if we jump right over here, we can see it all right here in beautiful glory. Can you see it? This is the module right here. So it's the king that I got at the moment, but the Polybrute 12 from Arturia, that's the #1. If you don't believe me, go ask Robbie from ProSynthNetwork. If you don't believe him, go ask Kent Spahn from the Pubness. If you don't believe him, go ask Scott McCulley Sounds, one of the greatest patch designers, patch bank creators on planet Earth. There's only 2 or 3 right now that are the all-time greatest. You got James Dyson, you got Geosynths, and you've got Scott McCulley Sounds, okay? They're the 3 best, the greatest patch designers in the game right now. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if GeoSynth's got one of these, but I know Scott Mascully Sounds, he's got 2 volumes of patch banks out. He might even have 3 at the moment. And they are absolutely mind-blowing. I absolutely love them. Every time I listen to them, I'm like, Scott, you're gonna make me buy a Polybrute. But lucky I don't got enough money. I'm gonna have to sell this mustache soon. I'm gonna have to shave it real. I'm gonna have to put super glue in it, shave it, and then bronze it. And I'm gonna have to bring it to the pawn shop and see if I can get enough money from it to score myself a Polybrute 12. All right. Who else we got? We got Jeff Wolver. We got Absurd TV kicking into chat. We got Banana Rodder. What's happening, buddy? We got Valid Core here. Robbie Taylor. I don't know where Echo Craft is. I don't know where Hans is and all those. Actually, hold on there. While we're just hanging out for a minute, I suppose I could fire the fellas a message and just let them know that that I'm live. See what they're saying. Yeah. So, anyways, the show tonight, nothing too complicated. We're just going to talk about the UFC, the Ultimate Frequency Championship. I got a bunch of promo videos coming in. Like I said, if you haven't figured out what that is yet, I got 2 videos on it. Go watch them on your own time. It's a new genre we're creating. Spawn off the Synth Kumite, which is the greatest electronic music competition in the world, once a year. So what I decided to do, I decided to create the Ultimate Frequency Championship, which is a one-on-one. It's a new genre. It's called combat music, okay? Leave your ego at the door, drop in, song for song. You challenge somebody. If they accept, we make the fight. And I think I could pull up a fight right now, actually, just to show you what we got going on. Let me know if that music is too loud. See if this works. So this is the fight card right here. This is the fight card we got at the moment for the Ultimate Frequency Championship. So far, we've got, in the first ever, this fight will be announced, this fight card will be announced in August. It's 1 versus 1. It's a whole new genre called combat music, where you challenge somebody, they accept, you face off song versus song in real time, and the live chat in real time votes for the winner once 2 songs are played, and then you get a record, then you go into rankings, and we're creating the Ultimate Frequency Championship. So the main event for the first ever Ultimate Frequency Championship is myself, Synth Samurai, versus the Machines 1. And let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something right now, Machines 1. You might have the suave, brother. You might have the sweet licks. But let me tell you something right now. I'm gonna create a song that tells such a story that'll leave you drowning in a puddle of cold sweat. You're gonna be that overwhelmed with my sonic frequencies shattering through your soul that you will wake up on the floor in a puddle of cold sweat, my brother. Your missus will have to come in the room and you'll hear her scream. She won't even know what to do. She'll say, "Oh, my baby, what happened?" You'll wake up and you say, "I don't know, mama. I don't know, but I just got shellacked and whacked by the Synth Samurai in the greatest musical competition on earth, combat music, Ultimate Fighting Championship 1. That's a promo I just cut there. All right. Co-main event, we got a newcomer, Colt 45. Colt does music, Colt does beats. We're gonna show a promo in a minute versus the legendary, the original, the punk. Synth Punk is back on the scene, and they're going one-on-one, okay? Against each other in the co-main event of the first ever Ultimate Frequency Championship. Then we're rolling down. We got Apollo versus Roy Droid Void for an absolutely, we got a promo from Apollo tonight that he cut on Roy Droid as well. We're moving on. We got Harmonic Sonics versus CJ Magic, baby. We got Space Capsule versus Juice. Valid Core versus Unfaithful Journey. Aren't these names made for combat music? Okay? We're not talking about Jeff Owens. We're not talking about John Doe. We're not talking about Steven Nurkaropoulos. We're talking about Apollo versus Roy Droid Void. We're talking about Space Capsule versus Juice. These names were made for combat music. There just has never been a place for them to face off one-on-one. But there is a place now, baby, and it's the Ultimate Frequency Championship. Then we move on. We got DJ Doggy Dad versus Unlabelable. And then we got 4 or 5 more fights to fill. Down bottom, we got Slack versus Rourke. We're waiting for Rourke to sign the contract. He's working with his manager right now to see if that's a fight he wants to take. Echo Craft versus Vic Corftron. Echo Craft challenged Vic Corftron to special rules match, Moog Muse versus Moog Muse and a drum machine. They want to go head to head with the Muses. We're waiting for Vic Corftron's team to accept that challenge and sign the contract. And then we've got Hans Volt waiting in the wings, Interceptor waiting in the wings, and Twin Cities Oxygen waiting in the wings for a challenge. Okay. Now that's that. That's the lineup so far, and the dates will be announced soon enough. But we're looking at end of August for the first ever Ultimate Frequency Championship. All right, back to business. So we got a couple more people popping in. We got Aaron Perry's. We got Roy Droid. What's up, my baby? All right, so let's move on to the show, man, so I can relax a little bit now. Now that I'm all fired up, we've got. I figured we'll watch a couple promos now for the Ultimate Frequency Championship just to get fired up, and then. What happened to Echo versus SS? Echo versus SS is a whole different kettle of fish. That there is a different ball game, and that'll be done live, face to face. The Multi-Poly versus the Muse. Echo's just working with his team. We're in contract negotiations at the moment. Echo's got some rules and some stipulations that he wants adhered to. I'm a bit of a wild man, so I'm willing to go in there and just go buck wild. But Echo's working it out with his team, getting the contract sorted out, and I will sign it. I told him I'll sign it today. If he brings me the contract, I'll sign it today. Okay? So we're waiting on you, Echo Craft. We're waiting on you, baby. So when I'm done mopping the floor with your boy, the Machines 1 in the Ultimate Frequency Championship, I'm coming to your house, baby. I'm coming to your barn, and I'm taking you out, all right? One-on-one, the Multi-Poly versus the Moog Muse. I might even bring over an electronic chair, and while you're playing that Blade Runner patch, you might get hit across the back with an electronic chair, baby. That's how fired up I am. Okay. So that's in the works as well. But let's move on to some promos. First up, we got Synth Punk cutting a promo on Colt Does Beats. Let's have a quick look at Synth Punk. This is the co-main event of the evening. Let's check it out.
Hey guys, it's me. It's the Synth Punk. That's right. Look at that. It's the Synth Punk. And I'm going up against Colt 45. That's a beer, isn't it? Colt 45? Yeah, it's a beer. Anyways.
What's up, Taku Midi?
Just wanted to let you know that no more Mr. Nice Guy on the Kumites. Nope. I'm gonna come back with some stuff that's gonna blow your minds. Yeah, you're gonna need therapy after you hear my new songs. You're gonna totally need sonic therapy. You're gonna be like, how did he do that? How did Synth Punk make that sound? I'll never tell. Most of the time, I have no idea what I'm doing. And Hans Volt doesn't like when I say that. But Hans, it's all by the grace of God. It's all because of God that I'm here right now. And I'm not joking. It's about the Almighty. I'm here to do God's work. And if you're against God, you're going to lose. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. The only reason I'm here is because of God. The only reason that you are here is because of God. And you need to know that and own it. God is number one and always comes first. And then your synthesizers. And then maybe a wife and a girlfriend can come third. But God comes first. Know that. It's going to save your life. Yeah. It's going to get you on a one-way ticket to heaven someday. And this is what I'm all about. I'm doing God's work through synthesis. Yeah, I don't even know how to spell that. Where's my dictionary? Where is it?
All right, man. So that's Synth Punk coming in, cutting a promo on Colt Does Beat. He's on a mission from God. Colt 45, Colt Does Beats, Colt Does Music. He's got many names, man. But I'll tell you what, man. This cat has blew onto the scene. Synth Punk called him out in the comment section of the Ultimate Frequency Championship announcement. He called him out. Synth Punk said, "Anybody got the cojones out there to take on the Synth Punk? I'll take you down and mop the floor with you." Well, guess what? We had a challenger right here. Colt Does Beats, okay? An absolute legend. He's a He's an amazing musician. If you don't know, go subscribe to his channel. I'll throw it down in the chat right now. He's going to be competing in the co-main event against the legendary Synth Punk, okay? We got the new kid on the block, okay? The young buck, okay? Youth on his side versus the wisdom and the legendary knowledge of Synth Punk. And don't forget, Synthpunk also has the art of deception. He has the art of surprise, and he has the art of misdirection. So he's a very, very, very tough opponent to go up against. And with 2 months to cut promos in preparation, it's going to be wild. But let's check out Colt Does Beats' response to Synthpunk. A dire warning to Synthpunk and the entire synth world. This cat's taking the Ultimate Frequency Championship Series, and I absolutely love it. And I salute you, baby. Colt Does Beats. Let's hear the promo.
What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Colt45 checking in for the Ultimate Frequency Championships. Alright, so we have a formidable opponent by the name of Synthpunk. He has a lot of sonic firepower. He has a pretty cool studio. He has a Minimoog, a Sequential Pro 3, which I hear is super tasty, especially if you're into like mediocre sounds that sound more like tinny, less vibey. But be that as it may, there are things that we have that he doesn't have. Determination, grit, the ability to see things through to the end. Okay? These are character traits, all right? We have been blessed by the gods. He says he's been blessed. Well, I sure hope God's going to be with him. He's going to have to be held up out there in the outfield like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. You know what I mean? He's going to have to be hoisted up by the gods to even get close to the level of sonics that we're achieving, okay? We're talking waveforms upon waveforms. Layers of waveforms stacked upon each other in such an ear-pleasing way that it'll bring a tear to your eye and a smile to your face, okay? And this is effortless. This is God-given, okay? God may be on your side, but he's on mine too, okay? We're going to clash head to head.
Listen, let me tell you something. Colt came out of nowhere. Synthpunk threw it out, and I think Synthpunk thought no one was going to take it. Colt responded in about 5 minutes. He said, you know what, Synthpunk, I'm coming for your butt. This is why combat music, the new genre, is finally born, because it gives place for people like us, baby, to come out here, drop the ego and go mano-a-mano, one-on-one. Somebody's O has got to go in UFC 1 because everybody's coming in 0-0, baby. Let's keep rolling.
In August, it's going to be a battle for the ages. On the sonic frontier, we're talking Genghis Khan versus the Vikings. I don't know if that happened in real history or not, but if it didn't, imagine if it did. I don't know who is who in this particular circumstance, but either way, it's an interesting concept that might or might not have happened already. That's beside the point. What is to come is going to be next level. We have the Synth Samurai versus the Machines 1. We have Roy Droid Void fighting, I'm not sure who yet. It has yet to be decided.
Roy Droid Void has accepted the fight with Apollo. They're going one-on-one as well, and Apollo's got a promo cut. We don't have a promo from Roy Droid Void yet. You got to get cooking. But guess what? The beauty of this thing, you don't got to cut promos, but you know what? This is more than a musical competition. This is combat music. This is where your ability to entice the crowd. The live chat is the third member of the fight, okay? So if you can seduce and win over the chat, that might get you to win in the fight too, you know what I mean? Because you get that crowd momentum behind you chanting, Colt, 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 or Synth Punk, okay?
Also going.
Yeah, we got the big dogs, Shades Darker, Hans Volt, Ayer. None of the boys have stepped in yet. Hans Volt has challenged a shade darker, sorry, I always say shades, but it's a shade darker to a matchup. Shade declined, so Hans is still waiting for an opponent right now, and I don't know what he's going to do. Ayer, I don't know where Ayer is, hasn't had an opponent. There's still a few people on the block. I know Tactical MIDI wants someone. Maybe Twin City Oxygens and Tactical MIDI can go one-on-one. We'll see.
Going to be a super exciting match.
Hans Volt is itching at the bit. Hans Volt has a rivalry with a Shade Darker. A Shade Darker is the last man standing of the last Kumite. But what happened was Hans Volt was the people's champ because he got the most overall votes. But the rule set wasn't about overall votes. The rule set was last man standing, and EQ took the title. So the EQ is the reigning defending champion of the Kumite 2025. And maybe a shade darker is wait until 2026 to let him have a shot at that belt. But we'll see what happens, man.
And there's no telling who else is going to be on the card, okay? This is still open for grabs, so if you are interested in putting your money, well, not your money, but your sonic fortitude where your mouth is.
Dude, we might put some money on the line for this. You know, this might turn into an underground betting fiasco. There might be people betting on this thing all over the world, okay? You might have to go down to the Silk Road to bet on this thing.
Then join in, okay? It is open season. We're going to have a great time.
Machines One, you'll cut nutting. You'll cut nutting. You'll cut no promo. You'll cut nutting. You'll cut nutting on the Samurai because the Samurai is going to slice and dice you up like a sample from an MPC, bro, okay? And then I'm going to granulize you, and I'm going to sprinkle you all over your sonic tombstone, baby. You hear me?
It's going to be a lot of fun. I got a lot more content to push out before this all happens. And best of luck to everybody. Shout out to Samurai, aka Synth McMahon. Shout out to the Machines One. Shout out to Hans Volt. Shout out to Roy Droid Void. All of the Synth Renegades. All of the just people who are into music in general. Shout out. Let's have some fun. Let's push it to the next level. Okay?
That's right, baby.
Let's have some good banter back and forth.
Colt gets it. We keep it respectable, okay? We keep it respectable, but we have a good time because we know the rules of engagement, all right, baby? We know, and Colt gets it, man. That's why he's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful synth renegade out there. And like I said, no fear, tons of gear, and he's about to bring it all here to the Ultimate Fighting, Ultimate Frequency Championship. All right, so that's Colt, man. We'll jump on over here. Shout out to Colt. Next up, we got Apollo versus Roy Droid Void. We're still waiting for Roy Droid Void to cut a promo, but we got Apollo's promo coming in right here. The Ultimate Frequency Championship right here. Let's check out the promo by Apollo.
I've nothing against.
Careful, be careful.
I've nothing against Edward. Oh whoa, oh whoa.
Careful.
What you gonna do? Oh whoa. You gonna do something over there?
Be careful.
Shoot you a f***ing mouth.
You get it? You understand? We got a promo coming in from Apollo. Listen, that's why this new genre of music coming straight from America, baby, but everybody's welcome. This is what we call the Attitude Era, and we're inventing combat music. This is a promo, and I believe Apollo's got another one. Let's check another one, because Apollo's already cut two on Roy Droid Void, and I think he's got another one right here. Let's check it out. This is the boys going back and forth in the chat here. If you're looking right now, this is where they called each other out. This is what's beautiful about combat music. If you're in a live stream and you see somebody, you call them out in the live stream. I want a piece of you at UFC 3. I want a piece of your you know what. So Apollo called out Roy Droid Void, or vice versa. I can't remember, but you can see it in the live chat there. They called him out and they had this battle, and then they got a hold of Synth McMahon, me, the promoter of the whole event, and they said, I want each other. Okay? And here we go. This is the culmination of it. If you're watching now in the live chat, I'll make it bigger. You can see it.
Fucking move.
Oh!
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
That's Apollo. That's Apollo letting Roy Droid. I mean, Droid Void is he's involved, baby. He stepped up immediately. The boys are going to go head to head. It's going to be an amazing fight. I think I'm going to have Apollo and Roy Droid Void open up the card, because this one's going to be straight up baseline to baseline. kick drum. Someone's going down, and I think the promo is going to be exciting. Apollo's already cut tune promos on them, and the beautiful thing is I got a shout out to Apollo, man, because this is the whole beauty, and a shout out to Synthpunk, and a shout out to Colt Does Beats for getting involved and having a good time and cutting some promos. That was fire, absolutely epic. I'm looking forward to it. And the beautiful thing about this, we're going to have like almost a 2-month build-up to the Ultimate Frequency Championship, where we'll be covering promos. Hopefully I can get Apollo and Roy Droid Void on at the same time for a face-to-face interview. We'll all ask them questions, and they'll basically tell each other what's up. It'll be absolutely fantastic. Synth ESPN, and I'm Synth McMahon in promoter character right now. So this is going to be beautiful as this mustache I got. Okay, so I think that's all the promos I got tonight. Let's get back to the show. And let me turn this down a little bit. All right, so we move on over here. We've got, we'll move on to Synthfest 2025. Now we're moving on. You know what's crazy? Let me know in the chat. Let me know, listen to chat. So I'm about to talk about Synthfest and FredsLab's Manatee, the multi-timbral MPE spectral synthesizer, 16 voice, absolutely amazing. He's an awesome company, super cool dude. And if I had the extra cash, I'd grab this right now. I think it's 800 bucks. It's awesome. I'll play a couple videos in a second, but oh, Hans Volt, yeah, call out Vulture Culture. That's an interesting call out. Interesting. Tactical MIDI. Let me check the live chat here and see if anybody's called out anybody, because we make fights on the spot here. Interceptors calling out Hans Volt again. Yeah, my Patreon, $15,000 a month for my Patreon, and I think it's almost full now. I think there's only 3 spots left. 15 grand for my Patreon. I got 100 Patreons now at 15 grand a pop, so we're doing all right. That's cool. Tactical MIDI needs an opponent. I don't know who he's calling a chicken, but he's calling somebody a chicken. Let me scroll back. We'll see. But anyways, okay, so the cool thing about it is, any live stream you're in, if you see your opponent in there, it's time to start trash talking, baby, because we're going to do this for a couple months. Vulture Culture, shout out to him. Somebody message him if Vulture Culture wants a spot on the fight card. Let's get him in there. I wrote Noir et LeBlanc. I said, baby Noir, if you want to come on the card, you got a spot 100% because you're my boy and I love you. And I said, you even want to do a co-host one, you versus Autumn, throw it in there as a exhibition match. We can do that too. Anybody who wants a piece of this can come get some, because this is combat music, a new genre, a new competition, and a new way. Because you know what? It's all fine and dandy, but you know what? There's nothing like a little competition. And I said the other day, I got people calling me. I was on the phone all day yesterday, all day today. People wanting to get involved in this. People wanting to sponsor it. Everything's happening. And I got to be very, very picky about who gets behind this thing, because this is a really important project. And it's a competition that's going to highlight some very cool artists with tons of skill, with no ego, who are willing to go out there and put it on the line and be voted winner or loser in a live chat. And that just shows that they're the most humble of people, because, and cutting promos. Is there anything more fun? This is the point I was getting to. We got FredsLab Manatee, which I absolutely love, but man, the Ultimate Frequency Championship got me fired up. I just pretty much want to talk about it the whole time, but we got to move on to other things here. Let me just keep playing this. Yeah, let's go. FredsLab 16 voice MPE desktop spectral synthesizer. This popped out again at Synthfest 25 right here, and I think we've got a big video which shows it all, but very cool. It's got a new patch libraries with 64 new sounds. Like I said, it's 16 voice. What? How much multi-timbral? 16 voice, blah, 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 MPE. Is it multi-timbral? Yeah, I think it is. Let me just check the specs on this baby. Sound demo. Let's check it out. Amazing synthesizer. Shout out to FredsLab. I absolutely love FredsLab. Go over and subscribe to Fred's channel, FredsLab, and get the updates on this. But this is so cool. Let's listen to some sounds from this thing, man. If you got some money, support a boutique company of an awesome dude who just created an absolute amazing super sound machine, the Manatee, with one of the coolest names on a synthesizer right now. Actually, you know what? Someone just said there, Machines One, I want to see Noir hosting. You know what? Me and Noir co-hosting the The first ever Ultimate Frequency Championship. That'd be cool, baby. Me and Noir going over, chopping it up over some tracks. Noir, the invitation's always open, baby, to you, because you're the man. Sounds good, right? Sounds good, sounds fat, sounds fresh. What's up, Loonsberry Pedals, the sponsor of the Synth Kumite 2025. Thank you, Greg. Awesome, awesome company, American-made pedals. The greatest pedals probably on the face of the earth, but definitely the greatest in America. Handmade, but it's beautiful, man. Solid, awesome. Check it out, Loonsberry Pedals. Yeah. Sounds good, right? Let's skip ahead a little bit. To be honest, I might have to buy this. I gotta talk to the accountant and see if we can unlock some funds down from the Cayman Islands, and maybe I can pick up this Manatee, because it sounds amazing. You're right, pair this up with a tall, fat, and wide from Loonsberry Pedals, stereo, and you got yourself an absolute monster. Pretty cool, right? Let's jump ahead a little bit. Awesome. So I think I got this other video right here, right now. This is from Synthfest. It's 25 minutes, but let's just see what they say. They got the setup here. It's kind of very dark and black with a big screen. I don't know how the sound's going to be. I hope they got the sound not potato, and I hope they got it patched in to a type of audio interface where we can hear it clear, because it's such a shame to record a video like this. I'm putting it down before I even hear it, because I haven't watched this yet. So let's check it out. Ooh, nice. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Live electro set at Synthfest 2025. The Manatee synth in action. Absolute epic. They put the audio through a proper interface. And if you got headphones on or you've got monitors, I suggest anytime you watch this show ever, you don't watch it through your phone, or at least have your earbuds there, because there's always so much going on sonically. Not just the carbon dioxide filtering through this wonderful mustache. This is a green mustache, okay? Every bit of carbon dioxide I exhale, this mustache filters it. I should get a carbon credit from Canada for having a mustache like this. All right, hold on. Did we just make a fight? Did Tactical MIDI... All right, we just signed another fight live on the spot. Absurd TV, go throw it in the Discord, will you, baby? We got Interceptor versus Tactical MIDI for Fight 8 on the fight card. Man, I didn't even know this was going to take off, and we already got 8 fights. And Tactical MIDI is calling him out right now. He just told Interceptor he will destroy his TV, okay? Tactical MIDI is going to send such frequency with his beautiful, beautiful machines through the TV that Interceptor's TV in his house might explode, all right? Interceptor might have to get the fire department on speed dial just in case Tactical MIDI sends that hot heat straight at him. All right, so we got another fight made. I'll update the list later. Awesome. Let's keep rolling. There's nothing better than making fights real time. This is absolutely fantastic. So not only do we get to check out the FredsLab Manatee, which is probably, if you ask me, one of the greatest synthesizers of 2024. Now we're into 2025, and it's absolutely fantastic. A bunch of people got this. Espen Kraft did a video on it, and it was amazing. But not only do we get to listen to these sweet, sweet sounds, like the waves rolling in, we just made another fight on the Ultimate Frequency Championship between Tactical MIDI versus Interceptor. It's official. Contract has been signed. We got 8 fights. Let's go. I think I'm going to get this. And like I said, this event, sorry, Fred. Can I have a second there, Fred? I didn't mean to cut in on that beautiful ocean wave sound. As that's playing, I'm just I'm drifting off and I'm thinking and I'm like, combat music isn't for everybody, okay? There's no participation trophies in combat music, okay? But the beautiful thing about combat music is there's also no egos, okay? It's a bunch of humble sonic warriors out there willing to put it all on the line for the entertainment of the community, okay? Head to head, cutting promos on each other, okay? This is what makes combat music the greatest musical niche on the internet right now. And everybody's out there. I'd like to see Viral Beats throw his name in the ring. I'd like to see Soar throw their name in the ring. I'd like to see Kent Spong throw his name in the ring. Robbie from PSN throw your name in the ring. If you got the guts, baby, if you got the guts, you'll step up for UFC 2, Ultra Frequency Championship 2. But know what? The card might already get filled because all you guys are amazing musicians. But do you got what it takes to enter the newest musical genre on planet Earth? Combat music, baby. Do you got what it takes? Do you got what it takes to put it on the line? That's the question you got to ask yourself when you're brushing your teeth in the mirror tonight. Ask yourself this. Do I got what it takes? And whatever the mirror says back to you, that's the truth. Let's roll. Hold up. We got a new challenge. What are we saying here? We got, who's challenging? Hold on, I got to check something out. Aaron Perry's new challenge. Who challenged who? Put it down in the bottom. Put it down in the bottom. Who challenged who? I think I just covered it. Trusto said his dance card's full. Yeah, I was talking to Trusto on the back channel, behind the scenes. Trusto's absolutely killing it over there. He's got his workout channel. Ideations of Men, which is amazing. Go check that out. Great channel. He's doing live workouts with his community, and I'm posting in our Discord, hopefully getting some people over there, getting everybody in shape, working everybody up, getting healthy. The guy's an awesome soul. He's got a great family. Brother's amazing, wife's amazing, family's amazing, and they're doing it. And then we got the Symptoms of Reality channel. Go and check them out. Great community. We got Kent Spong with a wonderful community over at the Pubness, and we got ProSynthNetwork with a beautiful community over there as well. And everybody kind of circulates and intertwines and intermingles. But over here at that synth show, over here in Synth Renegade Nation, we're a little more rough around the edges, and we got the new genre form and combat music. It's not for everybody, but it's for us. So everybody's been asking for years and years and years, how come we can't meld the worlds of professional wrestling, of MMA and music? How could, well, it's melded, baby. We did it. We made it. I didn't make it. You guys made it. You asked for it. We made it. Now we're doing it. The Ultimate Frequency Championship coming to you in August, the first ever combat music competition, and it's going to be glorious, and it's only going to get better and better, baby. Let's keep rolling. What? Very cool, right? Let's fast forward a little bit. It's 25 minutes, so let's keep rolling. So it says down here he's got a PC laptop as a MIDI sequencer and to throw in some drums and voice samples. Very cool. FM synthesizers are amazing. Let's keep rolling because we got lots of stuff to cover tonight. All right?
All sorts of catastrophes will occur. All the bad things you do, all the good things you do.
Cool, right? Let's see how he lands the plane. Right, so that's cool. That's FredsLab Manatee. I love this synthesizer. I'm probably gonna start putting a couple more wooden nickels in the old synth bank over there. Have a chat, see if we can release some funds from down to Cayman Islands, and I'm going to maybe try to pick up one of these Manatees. But I also got that Tasty Chips GR1 on my mind and the Tasty Chips GR Mega on my mind due to Synth Volts, or sorry, not Synth Volt, Hans Volt's absolutely legendary videos that he's putting out over on Synth Renegade Mafia channel. If you haven't checked out Synth Renegade Mafia, it's the first group channel ever created, I think, on YouTube, but definitely in the synth world, where you've got you got 5 people posting videos all at once whenever they want, all have the access to the channel, and it's rolling out, and it's absolutely amazing. You got Hans Volt, you got the Machines One, you got EchoCraft, you got myself, and then you've got JML Recording, all posting, all basically incorporated into one channel, so you never know what you're going to get, but it's always awesome. Okay, let's move on. Now this here, I know what you guys are going to say. I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, Samurai, you're not back on that friggin' Astrolab kick, are you? And I'm going to say, I never got off the Astrolab kick. Okay, that's where you might have got a little bit twisted. I never got off the Astrolab kick. I've been on the Astrolab kick since the day it came out, since 2 months after it was released, since 3 months after it was released, till everybody poo-pooed it. I was one of the only people on planet Earth standing up for the Astrolab. Do you want to know why? Because I had vision. I knew what they were going to do with this. I thought they should have called it the Astro Pig. And I thought this should have been a fully implemented pigments with way more control on it. But now the fact that they've integrated pigments and the MicroFreak V3 support with Analog Lab, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, you got 10 or 12 buttons on there, mod wheels and vibrato switches, octaves up and down, beautiful wood side ends. I don't know if it's real wood or not. But this thing here now has been updated. To me, I might pick an Astrolab up. I got to think about it because FredsLab Manatee, Astrolab, I don't know. If the Astrolab, if I could get that for $700, I'd pick it up. $1,300, I just don't got the cheese for that right now. Do you know what I mean? The economy's not where I need it to be yet. But soon enough, if we can get another Bitcoin bump, I might pick myself up an Astrolab. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But the fact that they've integrated pigments is huge. Let me roll down a little bit so we can see what's happening. All right, it's the 1.4.4 update. Let me just read it for you right here, right now. It's been a little over 6 months since the last update, and now after a small hiccup where the interim update slipped out briefly, Arturia have now officially released their 1.4.4 update with the Astrolab Analog Pro and a box stage keyboard. 2 big updates support the fantastic Pigment 6 plus the Minifreak V3, one of the best Arturia digital synths ever made, fully replicated software. Having Pigment 6 in a physical keyboard alone is a real boon, whatever that means. I don't know what a real boon means. I think it means something cool. Despite it not being fully programmable via Astrolab's front end, you can program it on the back end, but you got enough switches. If you're a performer, this is a performer, okay? This is not a producer's machine. This is a performer's machine. Now, I'm not saying you can't produce with it, but it's actually both, actually. It's a producer and a performer's machine, but this here is made for a performer. And you know what? Some people call me a synth clown, okay? I don't mind you calling me that. Some people call me the king of cringe. I don't mind you calling me that either. All I know is I got the greatest mustache in the game. Vulture Culture's got the greatest beard in the game. And you put both of us together, what do you got? You got follicle heaven, okay? Number of bugs, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, Astrolab's cool. But we roll over here. This is what we wanted to get to, okay? This is what we all came for. This is what you came for. You know it, and I know it. Boon is another word for bonus. All right, ProSynthNetwork, what's up? Yeah, a boon. I don't know what a boon is, but a real good bonus, another boon. Okay, that's a British word. So thank you, ProSynthNetwork, for clarifying that. Now, Robbie, if this is Robbie operating the ProSynthNetwork channel in the chat, I have taken your words like gospel when it comes to the Cream Dream. I have taken Scott McCulley Sound's word as gospel when it comes to the Cream Dream. I have taken Kent Spong, the Magical Man's words as gospel when it comes to the Cream Dream. And if you don't know what the Cream Dream is, it's the Arturia Polybrute 12, okay? Now this here, as far as I'm concerned, is the greatest synthesizer ever created on planet Earth, hands down. That's just what I think. That's just what I think. And I think having legendary people like Robbie from ProSynthNetwork, Kent Spong, one of the greatest synth minds who ever lived, can fix anything. He's a wizard. And then Scott McCulley Sounds, who took the Polybrute 12, bent it to his will, and created, I think he's got 2 volumes out now with multiple packs in there. And it's absolutely, let me check. You know what? Let me jump over here because let me shout him out real quick. Scott McCulley at Rano Sounds right here. And if we jump over to the patch banks, let me load this up. Patch banks right here. We got the Polybrute 12. We got the Lustral Volume 1, 6 to 12. And we got, for both 6 and to 12. And then we got the Polybrute 12 Lustral 2. Now, if you're looking for a sound bank and you're looking for highly curated by a super motivated, intensely elevated sonic genius, you're going to go to Scott McCulley Sounds to pick up your sound banks because these sound insane. Oh, and he's got a multi-poly one on there too, baby. I'm going to have to pick that up. Oblivion. All right, let me check that out. Okay, so that's cool too. Now, not only is Scott McCulley Sounds great, but you've got one of the other absolute legendary patch creators, Geosynths. Now, if you're looking to go beyond the stock presets, sometimes you get a synth and stock presets suck. That's just the facts of the matter. That's the way it is. TE05 from Oberheim, presets blow, okay? So you go pick up a TE05 Matrix 1 volume from Scott McCulley, from Geosynths, or Scott McCulley, or James Dyson, you are getting some real buttercream, creme de la creme, okay? Highly curated, insane sound packs, okay? Best of the best, hands down. Geosynths, Scott McCulley Sounds, and James Dyson. The best of the best. The best of the best. So when you pick up that synth, when you pick up a Korg multi-poly, let me tell you something right now. This comes preloaded with the best. The patches on the multi-poly blow your mind. Robbie, have you got a multi-poly? If not, my boy, you got to go pick one up because I'm telling you right now, that thing will blow your damn mind. It blew my mind, but, you know, a lot of people say it doesn't take much to blow my mind. But you got to take me way more serious with a mustache like this because not many men can get it to this point. What a ridicule. You got to go through ridicule when you're growing a mustache, okay? Because back in the day, they went and took the mustache, the most manly symbol ever. A lot of people think the beard is. No, it's not. The beard is very manly, but the mustache used to be the most manly. You know why? Because you could have this beautiful, organic follicle wonderment on your face while also looking handsome, okay? I'm not saying beards aren't handsome, but nothing is as handsome as a proper mustache, okay? And we all know that now. We all know that now. So I'm bringing it back for all the mustache men out there. I'm leading the way. I'm letting you know it's okay to grow one of these again. But you got to grow it properly. You ain't going to grow one of those little weird ones, okay? Like you're out there selling vacuums door to door. That's not the kind of mustaches we're growing. We're growing the real ones. We're growing the Frontier stash. We're growing the British Boxer stash, okay? We're growing the Snatch stash, okay? That's the kind of mustache we're growing. All right. So anyways, 2 greatest patch designers right here. We got Scott McCulley Sounds and we got Geosynth. Shout out to both of them. Absolute legends. Nothing but respect to these 2 guys. I humbly just can't believe that you got 2 geniuses like this living on planet Earth that can take a synthesizer and create such extraordinary patches. So absolutely love it. All right, and we move on. I want to get over to this. This is the Polybrute 12 where we started. We got this right here. And a lot of people don't know. You see these little ends on the mustache? That actually acts as an antenna. So I can pick ideas up from the ether all the time now with the mustache. Goes like this. Hits the antenna, tingle, straight to the brain, idea, boom, do it. That's how the mustache works. And if you don't believe me, go and take some of that mustache juice. If you don't believe me, go look into the Native Americans that went over in the Vietnam War, and they were the only soldiers that didn't have to cut their hair because long hair was proven by the U.S. military to be a conductor of energy. So when there was things happening in the environment, the long hair would act as an antenna and you would get a sensation when you were tuned in. So they allowed the Native Americans that were in the military during the Vietnam War to keep their hair long because it's almost like they had a sixth sense. They could tell when things were approaching and from where. And that's proven. That's not mumbo jumbo, that's proven. So also the mustache got a dual antenna, very fine tuned, and it picks up tons of stuff from the ether. Where do you think I came up with the ultimate frequency championship? From the mustache, okay? All right, so let's check this out. This is Arturia Polybrute 12, Synthfest 2025. I'll like it. And let's just listen to what they're saying.
12, vous n'êtes pas sans savoir que l'année dernière, on ne l'avait pas.
With
On était au
subtitles.
courant qu'il allait arriver, mais on n'avait pas trop le droit d'en parler. Donc là, ça fait plaisir de voir autant de monde pour
How about some
écouter un
English
petit peu cet
subtitles?
instrument qu'on a mis sur le stand. Il y a déjà pas mal d'entre vous que j'ai vu passer,
There you go.
qui
Auto-translate.
étaient assez dithyrambiques. Donc on va essayer de faire honneur à cet instrument. Et
All
pour
right.
cette petite nuance, c'est un fil ici. Alors,
Come
on fait là
on,
pour faire
play it.
beaucoup de sound.
There we go. Okay.
Beaucoup de sound designers qui sont présents.
All right, Machines 1, go call Echo Craft. Go call Echo Craft. Tell him to finish his spaghetti and meatball Easter dinner and tell him to get over here because the spaghetti and meatball prince needs to hear this, okay? The spaghetti and meatball prince needs to understand that the Polybrute 12, the Cream Dream, is an absolute monster because he keeps telling me it isn't. And that's because I think he's been paid off by Moog. I don't think he paid for that Moog Muse. And I'll end up proving it someday. I can't prove it right now, so it's all speculation. But I got rumors that Moog is doing a guerrilla marketing campaign with, this is all allegedly, with Echo Craft to do a guerrilla marketing campaign, and they sent him that Moog Muse behind the scenes. I think I might even gave Echo this idea, and he might have wrote Moog and told him. But as far as I'm concerned, Echo got sent that Moog Muse from Moog, and he's a double agent working behind the scenes because all he does now is Moog Muse videos, nonstop. 100 Moog Muse, Moog Muse, Moog Muse, Moog Muse. Now, they sound amazing because Echo is one of the greatest musicians of all time. He's one of the greatest creatives of all time. Echo Craft is actually my mentor. Some people think he's my handler, but he's not, okay? He's my mortal enemy, and I will crush him. Multi-poly versus Muse. I've made the challenge. I'm waiting for him to accept it. But Echo has been a mentor. He's a great dude. He's an awesome man. He's handsome. He's talented. He don't take no crap. And he loves the Moog Muse. But I need him to watch this. I need him to hear this. I need him to quantify and qualify that this is probably the greatest synthesizer ever released. And I'm the Biscuit King. I took the biscuit back. Okay? Don't ever equate the biscuit to Echo Craft ever again. The biscuit is now mine. All right? The biscuit is mine. I'm the Biscuit King because I'm sick and tired of people disrespecting the biscuit. Because the biscuit, and Robbie, let me know if I'm right. I'm sick and tired of it because the biscuit is an absolute delicacy. You have a little bit of tea at 3 in the afternoon with Robbie and his boys, they're going to have a biscuit and tea. Okay? Biscuit and gravies to all the Southern boys out there. You know what I'm talking about. A biscuit and a little bit of sausage gravy. So I'm taking the biscuit back, okay? I'm the Biscuit King, not Echo Craft. I'm the Biscuit King. Throw a cookie emoji in the chat if you feel and you smell what I'm cooking. All right, now listen to this.
Ici au Synthfest et qu'on fait un travail remarquable qui nous mâche beaucoup le travail aussi sur ces machines-là. Et on va commencer tout de suite avec un son plutôt brasse. Oh, je suis pas très fort.
Très fort means turn it up, not as strong. Turn it up. I speak French. I just said I loved Echo. What more do you want me to do? What do you want me to take him on a date or something? I just said Echo Craft is the most amazing musician I've ever met. Echo Craft is an absolute handsome man. Echo Craft is my mentor. He's taken me under his wing and he's shown me the ways, okay, of sonic enlightenment. Absolutely love the guy. But I'm the Biscuit King, all right? I'm the Biscuit King. That's right, Greg. You got the real biscuits down south, baby. Greg from Bloomsbury Pedals knows exactly what I'm talking about. And I bet you Greg knows what that sausage gravy is, too. Wait a minute. Wait, am I hearing this correctly? Harmonic Sonics is going full VST? Listen, dude, I don't gotta say it again. VSTs are the blow-up dolls of the musical industry, or the electronic music industry, okay? VSTs, I call them VSTDs because the more you play them, the sicker you get. VSTs are the blow-up dolls of the electronic music industry, hands down. Nobody will ever change my mind. Okay, you want the real thing? You pick up an actual hardware synthesizer. Okay, VSTs. Listen, if you're making music with a mouse, clickety clickety clackety clackety, and you're using your little Mac keyboard and a mouse to make music, that's fine. That's fine. But it ain't the real thing. I'm sorry, it just ain't. That'd be the same if I went down to the Dollarama and picked up a fake mustache, you know, one with those glasses and that weird nose, and put that on. That's what a VST, that's to the mustache what a VST is to a hardware synthesizer. Yeah, all right, Greg, yeah, I mean, Multi-Poly does got a VST, but I'll tell you right now, don't ever let anybody tell you that the Korg software or natives or whatever the frig they call them, I don't even touch them. I don't touch them. But don't ever let them tell you that that computer program sounds the same as the hardware version of the Multi-Poly. It doesn't. Don't let anybody tell you that. That's snake oil, okay? That's snake oil. There's no way that the native hardware sounds as good as the native VST of the Multi-Poly sounds as good as the hardware. It just doesn't. It doesn't. That's snake oil.
Ok, maintenant on va partir plutôt sur des cordes.
Korg apps are always 50% off. I don't understand it. Korg makes everything 50% off. I went and bought a friggin' Korg drumlogue, and I'm a Korgie. I love Korg. As you can see right now, I got a friggin' opsix over here. I got a wavestate up here. EchoCraft shirt right here, echocraft.com. Forgive me, Father. I have synth. Absolute amazing shirt. Go pick one up at echocraft.com. Beautiful. Got the Behringer MS5 on it. Got a none. Forgive me, Father, for I have synth. One of the greatest t-shirts of all time. Full blast. EchoCraft logo here. EchoCraft logo here. EchoCraft in Japanese down the spine. Yeah, what was I saying? I got a wavestate here. I got an opsix here. I got a drumlogue over there on the floor. I got a modwave right here. I got a minilogue XD up there. So I can talk about Korg, all right? And I'm telling you right now, the fact that you buy you know what? I got the friggin' Multi-Poly right here, look. I got the Multi-Poly right there. And I guarantee you in 6 months, you probably pick that up for 400 bucks. Maybe not 400, 500, I don't know. But all they do is devalue their products. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. And Korg, if you're listening, stop devaluing your products. I bought the friggin' Korg drumlogue, and 2 weeks later, you know what happened? You had it on, I bought it for $499. You know what happened 2 weeks later? You sold me a friggin' Korg. No, you didn't sell me. I went online and looked. And what'd you do? You had the Korg drumlogue brand new for $299. You 50%ed me. Just like that. I don't appreciate that. Now, I'm not one to sell my synthesizers, but I know that EchoCraft just went and got rid of 3 Korgs. He got rid of the 3 sisters. He got rid of the wavestate, the opsix, and the modwave all in one shot. And I don't even know if he got enough money to go get a pack of biscuits out of it. That's how much they got devalued, okay? All Korg does is devalue everything. The only thing they don't devalue, like Machines once said, is the PS3300. Because if they devalue that, I go buy it. So Korg, knock it off, man. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? I'm hoping, but in all fairness, they're all plastic anyway, so. But plastic lasts forever. That's what Patty O'Reilly told me. Patty O'Reilly told me, he said, plastic lasts forever, wood rots, metal rusts, but plastic lasts forever. So if anybody ever tells you that your plastic synthesizers are cheap, you just look at them and say, well, they're going to last forever, okay? Because unless you take a blowtorch to it, and half the time you can use a blowtorch to fix it, but if you take a blowtorch towards your plastic synths, that's the only thing that's going to destroy them. Wood rots, metal rusts, plastic lasts forever. That's why you have all the environmentalists and the greenies out there trying to stop plastic, because plastic's the ultimate product. Everything's plastic. Everything on earth is plastic. No matter what these glasses, plastic. Bandana, plastic. Mustache, probably plastic, because I've drank that much plastic that has probably come out in my hair follicles. This mustache is probably plastic. Everything's plastic. Echo Craft says this sounds thin. Hans Volt ain't here tonight. He says this sounds thin. If this sounds thin, I'll tell you what. This does not sound thin. How does anybody say that this sounds thin? This is about as thin as an episode of My 600-Pound Life. That's how thin this sounds. This is, oh, damn, dude. Oh, dude. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. That's friggin' hilarious. That's shots fired. You know what? I think Robbie, you and Echo Craft should go one-on-one in the Ultimate Frequency Championship. That would be epic. Robbie, send Echo an email right now. EchoCraft@gmail.com. Anybody wants to send Echo an email, that's the email. EchoCraft@gmail.com. Robbie, send a message to Echo right now and challenge him to a fight in the Ultimate Frequency Championship. Oh my God, that's so funny. You can't let Echo see that. He'll freaking freak out. What? This don't sound like the stink pipe. Dude, go watch Vulture Culture's video from the other night. Vulture Culture was like me. First, when you touch the steam pipe, you're enamored by its, you're bewildered by its madness. But then the second time you touch the stink pipe, you start to get that scent of like, what is this? This is all, Robbie, you'll like this one. This is all, yeah, Italian versus Italian. This is all fur coat and no knickers, Robbie, my boy. You know what I mean? The steam pipe is all fur coat and no knickers. And if you don't know what that means, think about it. Oh, I gotta do a shout out to Death Grip Mustache Wax. This stuff is the cat's meow. Comes with a guitar pedal to scrape the wax. You just put a little heat on it with a hairdryer. You get a mini hairdryer, a little blowtorch. Wax it up. Comes with a guitar pick. Death Grip Mustache Wax. Get Jervis. Pick some of this up, baby.
Et maintenant, on va aller chercher un unisson. Alors, ce qui est intéressant, c'est que c'est des sons, par exemple, là, ce Earthquake Lead que Michael Gère a fait, on va le remercier encore après, parce qu'il a fait beaucoup de presets qui sont hyper intéressants sur la machine.
All right, you just said in French, he was like, man, it's got so many presets, so much presets. Just let me pick one.
Vous allez avoir donc du coup ce son qui est en unisson avec 6 voix, mais là, on va venir un peu le doper.
He's like, I'm going to turn to unison. You'll see how it's crazy. When you put this in unison, it's nuts. You forgot what patch it was.
Ok, donc là, voilà, si on voulait un truc qui...
He's like, I'm push a key and you're going to see what it's like in unison. So he's dropping it in unison now. If you don't know, bébé! Je parle la français! Je parle la français, je suis canadien, mon frère. Je parle la français, ok? Je comprends. Qu'est-ce que cet homme parlait? Je comprends. So anyways, he said, I'm going to drop a unison preset here. There's so many on here. Check this out. I'm going to drop a unison, hit the key. Here we go. I am the best French translator because I break it down properly for every man. 24 oscillator unison of the PB12 will make you soil your panta. That's right, Robbie, baby. Exactly what this will do. So you know what? Me and Robbie went head to head a little while ago. Mano y mano, okay? We took it to the limit, okay? We took it to the limit. And then we found a mutual respect for each other. But the one thing I respect Robbie for the most is he knows, and I know, because we both know that this Cream Dream is reality, baby, because it sounds absolutely insane. Shout out to Arturia for making their greatest polyphonic analog synthesizer on earth ever with full touch technology, ribbon controller, Morphe pad, insane sequencer, ladder filter, Steiner Parker, oscillators up the wazoo, envelopes up the wazoo, full of effects. Come on. Come on. And it's in cream, baby. This looks cookies and cream. Come on. Cream Dream. Nah, the Muse sounds like it's on Ozempic. That's how thin the Muse sounds. This sounds like it's on that Big Mac meal 3 times a day. The Muse is on Ozempic.
Voilà pour ça. Et ensuite, on va évoluer vers un terrain. Bon, je pense que la plupart d'entre vous reconnaissent ça, mais comme l'a dit Jean-Luc, on va éviter de jouer le thème principal. Pour...
He was like, I think you're gonna know this style, you're gonna remember this one, but here's the one we gotta do is basically Blade Runner. The PB12 was on that full fat yogurt, baby, that whole milk, that grass-fed beef, okay? You know what? The Moog Muse is on those freaking Triscuits, Wheat Thins, Cheerios, all that nonsense. All fur coat, no knickers. It's basically, you know what the Moog Muse is? The Moog Muse is basically keys attached to a reverb unit, okay? You turn the diffusion delay off the Moog Muse, it turns into nothing. OB6 is better than the Moog Muse. You're right, Machines One. DeepMind 12 is better than the Moog Muse. Everything out right now is better than the Moog Muse. Just look at the beauty of it. Look at the beauty. Look at the wood. Look at the friggin' wood on the ribbon controller, man. Full touch technology. You've got modulation through the whole key path, okay? We're not talking about just on the aftertouch. We're talking about the whole travel of the key. You've got modulation, polyphonic modulation. Do you understand what that means? I don't think you understand what that means. That means that this will blow your mind. That means if you play this, you might end up passing out. Come on.
Voilà, pour le petit côté polyphonic aftertouch dont on va pouvoir vraiment profiter avec le Polybrute. Ensuite, on va aller
He's like, you check out that aftertouch? Absolutely crazy. Did you just hear what I just did there? Is what he said.
regarder un petit peu un preset avec le séquenceur et l'arpégiateur pour venir
we're going to check out a little more conservative presets, what he said.
un petit peu mettre la signature, on va dire, en soi de
Yeah, we're going to add a little bit of metalizer.
Metalizer et du standard filter, donc on a évoqué au tout
Yeah,
départ
a little bit of filter.
dans l'architecture. On va juste faire des petits arpèges par ici.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that with a little metalizer.
Et on va venir ouvrir le filtre. Je précise que là, du coup, je suis que sur le ladder.
This is a synth punk patch, heavy on the noise. See, the metalizer is what made the Matrix Brute and the Micro Brute and the Polybrute. The metalizer is kind of their, what do you want to call it? Their signature touch on their analog synthesizers, right? I had to turn up the bass on the stereo. Yeah, This patch is crap. I agree. Let's move on.
dont on a envie quand on veut un gros synthé polyphonique analogique.
All right, he's like, now we're going to do an absolute monster polyphonic patch, is what he said.
Maintenant, on va aller partir sur autre chose où je vais venir jouer avec ce petit filtre de modulation. Je vais envoyer du noise
I'm going to play around with the modulation on the filter right now.
dans le filtre et je vais l'appuyer avec l'aftertouch.
All right, I'm going to play around with the modulation on the filter via the aftertouch. I mean, dude, I can't even believe I remember French. I went to from grade kindergarten to grade 12 in my hometown. Our parents had the choice. They could put us into English school or they could put us in the French immersion program. So my parents put me in the French immersion program. So all subjects were in French: math, science, English, math, science, business, economics, everything was in French, and then we had one English course. And the other students in the school, everything was in English, and then they had one French course. And I had the same class and the same classmates from grade kindergarten all the way to grade 12. We grew up together in the same class. Once we hit grade 9, I think it was, then math changed to English and science changed to English. So I went through a French immersion. So basically I can hear this dude and I can translate it. UFC should hire me to translate for all their French athletes. Yeah, I even learned English and French, okay? That's how much French I learned. I learned English and French. Damn, cocaine is on that heavy stuff. Yeah, this is beautiful. It's not worth $4,000 though? Is this worth $4,000? Listen, no, I'm going to be blatantly honest with you. It's not worth $4,000. In America, they're not selling any of them. In Europe, they're selling a crap ton of them. At Thomann, they're selling a ton of them. In America, they're selling Moog Muses flat out like hotcakes, you know? Hot tamales on the red hot, the Moog Muses are going out the door. Polybrute 12s, they can't sell any of these in America. It's kind of sad, actually. And I don't know. I got to get a hold of one of these somehow, some way. I got to get a hold of a Polybrute. Maybe I'll write Arturia and I'll say this. I'll say, Arturia, I'm an American man. Don't tell anyone, but I'm Canadian. But I'll be like, I'm an American man. And I left the Maple Syrup Mafia. The Maple Syrup Mafia abandoned me during UFC 1. I thought we were going to have the Maple Syrup Mafia versus the Pulse Width Patriots, Canada versus America. I thought we were going to build up a card on the Ultimate Frequency Championship of the Maple Syrup Mafia Canadians versus the Pulse Width Patriots Americans. And all my boys abandoned me. None of them took the challenge, only me. So you know what I did? I pulled the shield like in WWE, Seth Rollins. I said, man, I'm leaving the Maple Syrup Mafia. I'm done with you. I'm going lone wolf solo because you guys wouldn't. I'm just joking. I'm cutting a promo here, guys, so relax. Take it easy. Don't take it too serious. But anyways, I got to get a hold of this Arturia Polybrute 12, one way or the other. So what I was going to say is I might write Arturia and be like, all right, Arturia, here's what I'm going to do. You ain't selling any of these in America. I know, because I've talked to the vendors. There's none of these being sold in America. Nobody wants them because the Moog Muse is $500 cheaper. Okay? So the deal is I'm going to do a series on the Polybrute 12, okay? Nobody can call me a shill because I've already glazed this donut nonstop for about 1.5 years. I think I'm the biggest Polybrute 12 promoter on planet Earth and maybe beyond. There's nobody who's glazed the Polybrute 12 donut more than me. Nonstop, 24/7. I even created a meme of the Cream Dream and interjected it into the Synthverse, okay? Nobody's glazed this synthesizer as much as I have. So what I would say to Arturia is this. I'm known to have the people's demo. I'm known to actually probably do the greatest synthesizer demos of all time. I am the best, #1 donut glazer on planet Earth, and I do it for nothing. So here's what I offer. Send me one of these on a loan and just let me glaze it, all right? Just let me glaze it all day, all night, all day, all night. And I'll tell you what, your Polybrute 12 sales will increase 30% in America within 2 weeks after me doing my first 5 demos. Guaranteed. 100%, hands down. If I was working for Arturia right now, I'd call me up and say, dude, we got one on the way, okay? We got a Polybrute 12 coming your way because we need to get those American sales up because we're doing gangbusters in Europe because we got Robbie, Kent Spahn, we got all the Europeans over here glazing the donut, but none of the Americans are glazing the donut. And I've been glazing the donut nonstop, and I don't even got it in front of me. I'm just glazing a digital version of it nonstop. All right, because I love it. I'm in love with it. Nothing but respect. Nothing but respect for our French brother right here. I can't do it. I can't do it. Because I have to apologize to the community, but this is for real. This is my apology to the synth community. Listen, I bought the Erica Synth Steam Pipe. I did, hands down right now, I think it got voted last week. There's a thing that goes around the internet. It's a voting thing, and it's kind of like the whole synth community behind the scenes. They all get together, and they vote on who has the best demo of each product. Nobody expected the Synth Samurai to get his hands on a steam pipe. I went and bought it out of my own money. Thank $1 for the cream dream. Thank you, Roy Droid Void. I appreciate that dollar, baby. Nobody expected me to get my hands on an Erica Synth steam pipe. I did get my hands on it. I did too, but one for sure. I did the greatest Erica Synths demo online now, hands down. Hands down. So great that I think I had 5 to 6 people write me and say they bought one after. I have to apologize to you guys because after I did the demo, I fell out of love with it because I realized without the reverberation in it, which I already have an Erica Synths Night Verb, and the steam pipe had basically a poor man's version of the Night Verb inside of it. Without the reverb in the steam pipe, it was a stink pipe, okay? That's what happened. And that's the truth, okay? And nothing but the truth, Your Honor. So that got voted behind the scenes. Synth Samurai had the #1 steam pipe demo on the internet. That's what got voted on behind the scenes, like how they pick people before the Oscars. I got wind of it. Someone was a whistleblower. They told me that. Then I went and did a multi-poly demo. Multiple, 3 of them. I got wind again from a whistleblower that behind the scenes, they came out and said, hey, everybody contacted Korg, be like, did you send Synth Samurai that multi-poly? Korg was like, who's Synth Samurai? So they didn't even know who I was. But before they knew that, they already voted. And they voted me #1, #2, and #3 for best multi-poly demos on the internet. I got them. Okay? I don't know what you're gonna say about it, but this is me pleading my case. Okay, this is me pleading my case. I glaze for free. I'm a donut glazer, okay? Shout out to Tim Hortons. Let's finish this up.
Et pour le dernier de cette
I don't want no
sélection, on va
VSTs,
prendre
bro.
un son que Quentin a fait, le Tycoon Lead, qui est un truc un peu énervé.
Sonorité assez moderne avec à peu près le même délire de noise sur le filtre. Et j'utilise même le Stainer, la raison.
Everyone throw a barf emoji in the chat if you ain't down with VSTs, okay? VSTs. No thank you, man. Don't send me any VSTs.
Du Stainer qui met un 3e oscillateur pour créer une 3e harmonique dedans.
Voilà, ouais. C'est une très bonne astuce qui est souvent utilisée d'ailleurs, mais qui marche très très bien.
Come on. Hey, if you want MPC, go check out Viral Beats' channel. Attaboy Fanuel 1986. Check out Viral Beats. He did a great episode yesterday. I believe it was. He was on the beach with the MPC one that's got the speaker and the battery built in. He was playing it on the beach. Some dude rolled up and was like, bro, what is that? Viral was like, dude, this is this, this is this, this is this, this is that. The dude was like, man, that's crazy. And Viral was like, well, bam, take a business card. And I was like, I gotta get some business cards too. Viral was like, boom, take a business card. Dude was like, I'll check out your channel. And Viral was like, that's the moments I live for, baby. And as a massive fan of Viral Beats, go check out his channel. Massive fan. I think Viral is one of the most legendary YouTube channels happening right now. The man puts in so much work and puts out so much content. He's amazing. So shout out to Viral Beats. Go check out his channel. But that was such a great episode. If you want any information on MPCs, go to him. I'm not your boy. I'm not the MPC guy, okay? I'm not the MPC guy. Echo Craft in the house. What's up, baby? Echo, you missed half the show. Machines One. A little something to buy you. Yeah. Thank you for that $1.99, baby. I love it. Roy Droid, $2, man, for a VST. All right. We almost got enough to get a VST here. Thank you. Appreciate it. Post one round. Oh, we got Machines One saying he's good. He's already paying me for the loss, dude. I told you what I'm going to do to you. I told you what I'm going to do to you, bro. It ain't even going to be fit. I was talking to the missus yesterday, and I was like, you're not even going to believe it. The Machines One and me are going head-to-head on the Ultra Frequency Championship main event, okay? We're stealing the Jake Paul MVP Promotions model and bringing it into combat music, the revolutionary new niche of music where humility reigns, ego is destroyed, and we go and we just compete. Sometimes your record goes up, sometimes it go down. And we got a crazy roster built up already of about 16 friggin' Sonic Warriors are on the roster already, and more to come. But I was telling the missus, I was like, the Machines Won. I was like, what should I do? She was like, oh, Samurai, you're not gonna, are you sure he wants to go against you? I was like, baby, listen. I was like, I can't turn down it. He challenged me, I can't turn it down. She was like, oh my God, does he know what you're gonna do to him? I was like, I think he knows. I think he knows. I don't know. He's a sucker for punishment. He's either synth masochistic. He's something, but she was like, don't hurt him, baby. I was like, I'm not gonna hurt him, but I'm gonna leave him in a pile. I'm gonna leave him in a pile, okay? I'm leaving him in a stink pile, is what I'm gonna leave him in. I'm gonna leave him in a stink pile on the floor. He's gonna have his dog. The missus is gonna walk in the room. The dog's gonna be there licking up all the sweat because the dog loves salt like a deer. He's gonna be licking up all the sweat, licking his face. He's gonna come to, not know what happened. The whole friggin' Moog grandmother he's got there, or Moog matriarch, whatever he's got in the studio. One of those Moogs that are trash. He's gonna be the whole Moog Muse circuit board's gonna be totaled because he's gonna have dripped into cold sweats. But a friggin' story that I tell with because he's coming up against a real one. He's coming up against a real one. I'm not just making music. I'm telling tales. Okay? And you're the main character in the story I'm gonna tell. And it's gonna haunt you, my boy. It's gonna haunt you for years. You might end up giving up playing synthesizers after I take you out in the Ultimate Frequency Championship main event. You might stop. And that's why my missus said, do not do it. Do not do this to him. And I said, baby, I can't turn down a fight. So, bro, buckle up. You better start buckling up because I've been known to leave a man bent over his synthesizer, gasping for air, okay? After the sonic I put through him, okay? It's just the way it is. All right, let's listen to a little more of this and then we'll go. That's how you cut a promo, baby. That's how you cut a promo. That's how you cut a promo, dude. I'm going to blow that death whistle so hard. Your missus better have she better have what are they called? The friggin' the shockers on you. I'm going to blow that death whistle so hard, it's going to cut through you and you're going to I cut 4 promos tonight already on you, machines, baby. I cut 4 promos on you already. Echo Craft, I cut about 3 on you too, dude. Because don't think you're getting away unscathed, my brother. Just because I respect you, I think you're handsome. And just because you're my mentor and I look up to you and you're one of the greatest musicians of all time and the greatest creatives of all time. And I value our friendship, myself and Echo Craft, our friendship, more than I value almost everything in life besides family and my wife. Okay? And the good Lord above. I'm still telling you right now, you're not getting away unscathed. You're not turning it down. You're not turning down the multi-poly versus the Moog Muse face to face. Okay? Full costume. I got my Ultimate Warrior costume already picked out, on the way. Fluorescent orange Speedos, arm ties, face paint. I got it all coming. And it's going to go down in your kitchen at the dining room table. Moog Muse versus multi-poly. Your choice.
Voilà.
Merci Mathieu.
C'est comme ça que tu voulais qu'il soit. Ok, parfait.
Whoa. Well, hold on a second here. What's Echo saying? Why are you bending blank over? Bro, what are you talking about? Go rewind. Go rewind. Go rewind. I didn't say I was bending nothing over. All I said is I leave men bent over their synthesizers because they're so overwhelmed with the storytelling that I've shot through their headphones that they pass out and end up sprawled over their synthesizer. Damn, bro, head in the gutter.
Eh ben merci. Bon, j'ai l'impression qu'on s'est bien compris. Pourtant, on s'est pas concerté. Maintenant, on va partir sur la partie justement synergie avec le numérique. Là, ça va être très très intéressant parce qu'on va justement attaquer.
Damn, you're bringing Selena into this? That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite movies and singers. I had the Selena album way back in the day. Shout out to Selena. Shout out to Selena, who's a musician, and shout out to Selena back in high school, man. She was cool.
Et on va le faire avec un preset de mon sensei, mon maître des synthétiseurs, Monsieur Philippe Bourdu, qui est l'ancien démonstrateur Arturia. All
right, he was like, if you're feeling bored with the presets I picked, we're bringing in the big gun.
Par ici, je crois. Il est par là.
Il est caché.
Voilà, il mérite un petit applause parce qu'il a fait un patch qui est très démonstratif pour le morph.
All right, so he said what we're going to do now is we got a patch that's very demonstrative of this synthesizer.
Où vous allez voir, on va partir d'une base avec un pad.
Okay, now Echo, finally you're here, my boy. We've been demonstrating the Arturia Polybrute 12 all night, and this thing is blowing minds. I don't know, there's probably 3 or 4 people in the chat who might have already went and bought one, but this thing is blowing minds.
Bien fermé. Et là, on va du coup venir tourner, vous allez entendre tout le mouvement en même temps.
I don't have this synth in my arsenal, but I might have to get this for the Ultimate Frequency Championship, because if I get this Machines one, I don't think you're going to last, brother. What are you sorry about, Echo? What are you sorry about? You're sorry that you bought a Moog Muse instead of a Polybrute 12? You sorry that you made the biggest mistake of your life? Is that what you're sorry about? You're sorry that you didn't pick up the Cream Dream? On the advice of myself, Kent Spam, Robbie from ProSynthNetwork, Scott McCulley Sounds. Are you sorry that you didn't listen to the legends and also listen to the new kid on the block, the young buck, the Synth Samurai, when I told you to get the Polybrute 12, when I told you it was the greatest synthesizer ever invented, when I counseled you night after night after night after night, trying to convince you not to waste your money on a Moog ruse? You got taken, man. You got taken by the snake oil of Moog. You got sold a bill. You got sold a bill, dude. You got sold a counterfeit bill. Fisk, I'm so sorry I'm a Canuck. Yeah, man, unlucky, dude. I'm American. I'm American now. Yeah, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it, Echo Craft? You're gonna do nothing. What are you gonna do about it? Huh? You want a piece of me in Ultimate Frequency Championship 3? Because guess what? I'm booked up, baby. I'm already booked up against Twin City Oxygen for UFC 2. Do you want a piece of me in UFC 3? I told you, me and you will do a one-on-one live, but you won't sign the contract. You won't sign the contract to go one-on-one, face-to-face, Nick Bat versus Cuckoo style, synth to synth. You won't sign the contract, okay? You make nothing with your digitone. You make digi nothing. That's right, Echo, you didn't see it. Robbie called you out. Italian Stallion versus Italian Stallion. Echo, you got your match. Robbie versus Echo Craft. The real Italian versus the American Italian, okay? We got the, what's it called? The Sicilian Mafia versus the Boston Mafia, baby. That's what I want to see. I want to see promos cut by Robbie and Echo. The American Mafia versus the Sicilian Mafia. Robbie versus Echo. Let's do it. Echo, he told me he's sending you an email. Do you accept? Yeah, Echo. Sorry, Echo got here late. Hey, sis, could you call an old? I don't know what that means. I don't have anything. I have a muse. Don't have anything. What do you have? You don't... Yeah, Echo's right. Actually, Echo's right. Echo's right. Echo's right. I don't even own anything, bro. This is what I got. All right, hold on. Let's jump screens for a minute. Let's jump screens for a minute. This is what I got, bro. This is my humble abode, okay? Okay? This is my humble abode. I'm just a man with a golden mustache, dude. That's all I am. I'm a man with a golden mustache. That's all I am. I ain't trying to be nothing more, nothing less. But I do know before Echo Craft got here, Echo's still waiting for a fight. He challenged someone, they haven't responded yet. But Echo, unbeknownst to you, Robbie from ProSynthNetwork, I think he challenged you. But this isn't... If Robbie, if you challenged Echo Craft to a fight at the Ultimate Frequency Championship 1 in August, if you challenged him, send Echo the email or send me an email directly and I'll make Echo sign the contract because Echo is looking for a scrap and there is no better fight he wants right now than Italian versus Italian because that is a Hey, I just, whoa. Oh my God. I just got an idea for the mustache. Hold on. Take some of that mushroom juice. I got an idea. The Muse versus the Polybrute 12. Echo Craft versus Robbie from ProSynthNetwork. Wow. That's the match. Thank you, Robbie. Robbie with the Polybrute 12 Cream Dream versus Echo Craft with the Moog Muse. That's the match for UFC 1. That's the fight that needs to happen. Italian versus Italian, okay? The Italian Cream Dream Espresso da Crema, okay? Versus that black coffee, that Black Rifle coffee. That's what we need. Everybody throw a thumbs up in the chat if you guys want to see. Robbie's in here. He called you out earlier, Echo. Robbie called you out earlier. He wants the Polybrute 12 versus the Muse. That's the fight that people want to see. That's the fight that people want to see. Here he is. ProSynthNetwork's here right now. We got a call out in the chat right now. Echo Craft versus Robbie. Is it going to happen? We might have to wait and see, but the crap talk's already happened. The British Bulldog, the English Gentleman versus the Daywalker, El Vampiro, La Blanca, the Albino Neckbiter. Okay? This is what we got. No, I'm talking real good, dude. I'm talking real good, Echo. You need to accept the challenge. Robbie, you need to make it official, Robbie. Are you making it official? Are you challenging Echo Craft to a combat music match at UFC 1, the Ultimate Frequency Championship? Robbie, are you challenging Echo? We need to know right now. We need to know right now. We need to know, baby. I'll keep playing the Polybrute because I love it and you love it. Hit like if you want to see Robbie versus Echo. I think that, you know what? I might have to move that to the main event. You know what? Machines 1, you let me know. Machines 1, will you take a back seat and drop me and you to the co-main event if we get Echo Craft EchoCraft versus Robbie, Polybrute versus Moog Muse, ProSynthNetwork versus Synth Renegade for the friggin' main event. I'll put you guys to the headline. I'll headline it. Yeah, Robbie, speak to your lawyers, talk to management in the back. Robbie, talk to management, talk to the accountants, speak to the lawyers. If this is something you're interested, we'll get the contract over to ProSynthNetwork. I'll talk to EchoCraft behind the scenes. I'll talk to his management. If we can make this event happen with EchoCraft and the Synth Renegades versus Robbie and the Polybrute 12 and the ProSynthNetwork, if we can main event this, you guys will be elevated to the main event. I'll take a back seat. Machines 1 will take a back seat. We'll co-main event this. That's your guys' choice. Let me know after. I think it sounds epic. It probably will be the greatest musical event of all time. Robbie, you can stream it on ProSynthNetwork. I'll stream it on my channel. We'll have a double stream going. We'll have another stream going on Twitch. We'll have another stream going over in Japan and China. We'll have a stream going on in Azerbaijan. There'll be a few streams all around the world. I was going to do pay-per-view, but I might just open this up. I got to talk to Netflix after. They were calling me this morning. We'll see what happens.
Il marche bien ton patch, Philippe. Il est très beau. Il est très beau. Maintenant, on va aller sur autre chose qui est très très intéressant dans le Polybrute. Ce que vous pouvez faire, en fait, c'est demander au...
Okay, Robbie, Echo. Hear me out. Who just said that? Hold on a second. Mark Anderson, hold on a second. What's up, my love?
Did you have too much coffee today?
No, what? Mrs. was like, did you have too much methylene blue today? I was like, no. All right, so we've got Mark Anderson Vintage Synth. This might be what we need. Wow, this might be epic. Okay, we got two storylines developing. Robbie, hear me out. We could do Robbie and Kent Spong, Team Cream Dream. We could do EchoCraft and Vic Korftron, Team Muse for the main event. Now you guys can choose. You could do 2 songs each, or you can collaborate and do 1 song apiece. Now, that's another stream. Talk to management, talk to Kent Spong, Echo, you talk to Vic Korf. That would be absolute, that's main event. Like I said, me and Machines 1, we're just out for blood, man. We're going mano a mano. We'll take the co-main event. We will allow that type of thing to happen. Kent Spong and Robbie from ProSynthNetwork versus Vic Korftron and EchoCraft from the Synth Renegades. Tag team match, headlining UFC 1. My God, it keeps getting better and better. Team Cream Dream versus Team Muse. That sounds absolutely insane. Collaborate 1 song apiece. Robbie and Kent Spong versus EchoCraft and the Machines 1, or not the Machines 1, sorry, Vic Korftron. That is must-see TV. Anyways, you guys talk behind the scenes, talk to your management, organize it, figure it out. I think that's amazing. If not, we still got the Synth Samurai versus Machines 1 for the main event. Yeah, I will speak to Kent in the morning. Yeah, Robbie, you speak to Kent in the morning. If you guys are interested, that's awesome. If you're not, no big deal. Echo, you speak to Vic Korftron. If you guys are interested, no big deal. You got 2 streams. You got a tag team match, or you got mano a mano. You got whatever it takes. And you know, Robbie, it's all love, 100%, and it would be something cool to collaborate on. And I think a massive spectacle in the first ever combat music event of all time. The ProSynthNetwork, the Synth Renegades, uniting for the greatest musical competition of all time. Humility reigns, egos, what's the word? Humility reigns, egos executed. Ultimate Frequency Championship 1. The greatest musical event of all time. It's going to be anyways, but if we can score that main event, it's going to be crazy. Robbie says he likes the idea. Oh, you Echo tell me to be quiet, move on. All right, Echo says be quiet. Listen, you guys don't know, but I'm just Echo's running the show, not me, all right? Echo's my handler. You know, everyone needs a handler. Echo recruited me. I'm with Echo. Echo says go, I say go. Let's roll.
Modulations qui sont numériques, de venir jouer sur la hauteur de vos VCO, mais en suivant une gamme, par exemple. Donc, si je vous prends un exemple très concret, je vais appuyer sur une touche.
You think Synth Renegade Mafia is like something obscure, made up, and a joke? No. Echo's running the Synth Renegade Mafia, baby. I'm just a foot soldier.
Vous avez l'impression qu'il y a une séquence qui part. En fait, il n'y a pas de séquence qui part. Ce qui part, c'est le LFO qui est ici, qui est en mode sample on hold, et auquel je vais demander de venir jouer sur l'oscillateur au niveau de la hauteur, mais en suivant une gamme majeure.
All right, so he's going to play around with the LFO and do something that's going to blow your mind. Yeah, a main event with $8,000 worth of synthesizers versus $77,000 worth of synthesizers. That's crazy. I'm actually thinking that I kind of was doing this as a little bit of like an interesting idea, but the more and more I think about it, the Ultimate Frequency Championship, combat music as a genre, man, what a friggin' lightning bolt into the stratosphere we have created here, us together, the Synth Renegades, the Pro Synth Network, Symptoms of Reality, okay? Absolutely insane. The what's swirling in the ether here. I like it. I love it. It's cool. All right, let me check this out. Robbie says this is the best patch. Let's go.
Et autre chose qu'on pourrait faire du coup, le de mettre sur le LFO, qui est très intéressant, c'est de le mettre sur l'aftertouch. Je vais venir doser ça, on va dire vers 8-9. Et là, du coup, c'est ma façon d'utiliser l'aftertouch qui va venir déclencher ces petits pas.
So he's showing you what the full touch does here on this patch. He's moving through the whole travel of the key, and you get to hear how one key can create a whole song. So what he's saying here, Robbie just updated, there's no ARP on this patch. This is all LFO. So this one key and through the whole key travel, this is all LFO. This is why, you know what? This is why the Moog Muse is no competition. The Moog Muse is old tech. Yeah. I just got word that some funds have been released from the Cayman Islands, and we might be acquiring a PB12 to absolutely bury the Machines 1 in the co-main event.
Voilà, ça c'est un truc que j'adore vraiment
Voilà, that's it.
sur la machine, qui est très très parlant en tout cas quand on fait des démonstrations. Il y a aussi autre chose dans le même esprit. Je vais venir là jouer sur des enveloppes qui vont venir moduler le pitch, mais cette fois-ci sur des quintes et
In the same spirit of that patch, he's going to play and he's going to modulate the envelopes.
des octaves pour avoir des sons très denses qui vont pas arrêter de bouger.
Echo likes those bell sounds, I think. All right, so anyways, if you want to go check that out, go to Synthfest France channel and check out those videos. Man, what a night of, what a turn of events here tonight. We've got, we started the show with some promos. If you came in late, go back and rewind. You'll see some of the first promos coming in from the Ultimate Frequency Championship event. We had Synth Punk and Colt Does Beats. I like to call him Colt 45. I think that's a great name for a warrior in this event. But Colt Does Beats is cool too. CDB. So that's how we do it, just like GSP. And then we got Synth Punk coming in, bringing the heat as well. Warrior of God. We've got Apollo bringing 2 smoking videos. We got Space Capsule with a video I'll play next time, and I'll keep building this up as we go. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic event. We've got Machines 1 and I, who are main eventing it right now, but we just had an emergency intervention. We had ProSynthNetwork, Stream Bomb come in and challenge Echo Craft to a showdown. Echo hasn't accepted yet, and then we had it built up, and we had ProSynthNetwork maybe going to do a pairing with Kent Spahn, the Magic Man, for a Cream Dream collab versus Vic Corftron and Echo Craft for a Moog Muse collab. We'll have America versus the UK, a battle of the nations, shore to shore, which would truly be elevated to the main event of the whole thing. I think that's absolutely epic, but we'll see what happens. They both got to talk to their management. We'll see if we can get that contract signed. But you can guarantee one thing, Synth McMahon will be working very hard to make this the greatest musical event of all time. Combat music, baby. It's here, and it's here to stay. So.